Hello friends, welcome back to Cooking with Undidi. These are all the ingredients. I'll have a listing in the description for you. You want to start with some avocado oil, some unsalted butter. You want to lightly warm your corn tortillas in the skillet, maybe 30 seconds to 45 seconds on each side. Saute you some onions and green onions, and I'm switching pans because I need a larger pan. Now I'm going to make a roux with about 3 tablespoons of flour. You want to stir it with your spatula. Now I'm going to add some chicken broth to it. And I'll have the actual recipe in the description because if you notice I don't measure. I just go with the flow, but I will write a generic recipe for you to follow. And as always, you can tweak the spices for yourself. Take a whisk and keep stirring the flour, onions, and chicken broth. Add a little more chicken broth, and you want to whisk it until you have removed all of the lumps. Keep whisking briskly, and this is going to be like your white sauce, Blanco in Spanish. Blanco is Spanish, that's what I meant to say, and it's translated to white. So this is my white chicken Enchilada Casserole. So as you can see, I'm just pouring some chicken broth in there. Keep whisking, don't stop. I want to get as many of these lumps out as I can. All right, this is looking pretty good. Now I'm going to start seasoning. That was chili powder, by the way. I put in there and didn't tell you what I was putting in there. Now I'm putting in some cumin. That's the key to any Spanish dish. Cumin. I'm sprinkling in a little bit of some garlic salt. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe on this video. I really appreciate it. All right, you're steadily whisking your roux. Now I'm going to add in my favorite W sauce. Oops, you saw I dropped my whisk in there. That happens. You make mistakes. So I'm going to rinse that off. I put maybe a teaspoon of some Worcestershire sauce in there. I'm whisking that in. Now I'm adding some heavy whipping cream. It's going to make my white Blanco sauce nice and creamy. Whisk. And I want to apologize for the quality. My camera is, you guys should see it, is busted up. All right, I'm adding my favorite little drip of Cajun seasoning. You can add all-purpose seasoning to give it a little for me. And the burner is on medium high. Now you can find this green salsa in the potato chip aisle. I put in a little bit of that, whisking that in, and I'm going to add a little bit more. It smells pretty good. Let's see. What's next? Oh, I'm adding my Rotel diced tomatoes with habanero. If you can find the tomatoes with habanero, that's what you want. Adding about 4 teaspoons of that into my white sauce. You're going to use the rest later when you get to the chicken part. Now if you can't find the Rotel tomatoes with habanero, of course you can use that tomatoes with green chilies. That'll work, but something about that habanero is really good. All right, now I'm adding some cream cheese. I would say that's probably 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of cream cheese. I soften it in the microwave to help break it down easier, to get those white lumps out. All right, I deboned that rotisserie chicken, removed all the skin and bones. Now I'm adding some sour cream, and I'm using full fat sour cream. I got some chicken taco seasoning. McCormick is the brand. I'm sure you can use any. I'm going to use about 1/4 of this package. Stirring it in with my shredded chicken, and do not shred it too much. You want to be able to tell that you have chicken enchiladas. I'm adding some more cream cheese. So I have sour cream, cream cheese, some taco seasoning, and you want to mix it, fold it in. Now I'm pouring in some green enchilada sauce. A little bit of cumin. A little chili powder. And some garlic salt. I love my food with a lot of flavor, so I'm adding some of my Worchestire sauce. I'm folding that in. I'm not one of those cooks where you'll just see a little salt and a little pepper. So again though, do you when you make this recipe. If you don't like all of those seasonings, then just use the seasonings that you normally use. I would just advise to be sure and add some cumin and a little chili powder. That gives it that Spanish flavor. All right, the rest of my Rotel tomatoes and habanero peppers, I'm pouring that into my chicken, folding it in so that my enchilada casserole is flavorful and creamy. All right, I'm ready to get the pan out. You're going to lightly oil it. You oil it first so nothing sticks. Take a ladle of your sauce that you made, cover the bottom, and then you want to lay your corn tortillas in the bottom. And I use actually 5. I have 4 whole ones and I split one in half. And I'll be honest, I probably should have used 2 whole chickens instead of 1, so I'm kind of being a little skimpy with my chicken, but it's going to work out, trust me. So it really depends on your pan size. I think this is a 9 by 13. And guess what? This is my first time making this dish because I always make beef enchilada casserole, but I wanted some chicken. All right, I got some Mexican cheese. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on top. You can put as much or as little cheese as you like in your dish. Now I'm ladling some of the Blanco enchilada sauce I made. And I'm starting the layer again. Corn tortillas on top. And by the way, I have gone back to work. So when I get my first paycheck, I'm going to buy a new phone because I know this camera quality is horrible. So please accept my apologies. All right, ladle some more of your chicken mixture. Put some sauce on top. Just a little bit because you want to save some for the topping. I'm sprinkling the Mexican 4 cheeses. And now I'm going to add something different. I found this quesadilla cheese in the grocery store. I'm going to sprinkle that on top. I didn't put it on the first layer because it was a small package, so I'm only putting it on this layer right here. And then I'm saving some of this for the top. You want to cover that cheese with your remaining corn tortillas. Put some of your Blanco enchilada sauce that you made on top of the tortillas. You want to cover your tortillas with this sauce. Make sure they're covered. All right, and the remaining 4 cheese Mexican cheese, sprinkle that on top. And like I said, you can use as much or as little cheese as you like. And now I'm going to use the rest of that quesadilla cheese that I found at the grocery store. Put that on top. And I always make enchilada casserole. Individual rolls don't last. You cover it with foil, bake it for about 30 minutes on 350, and this is what you will have. A nice big pan of Blanco chicken enchilada casserole for your family. And I can't wait to see what it tastes like. Like I said, this is my first time making it. I've always done beef, so I wanted to branch away and try chicken. It's very cheesy. Oh, I cannot wait. It smells so good, guys. I cooked some homemade Spanish rice and some charro beans. I just bought a can of charro beans, added some of that enchilada sauce and hot sauce in my beans with some of that taco seasoning. This is heavenly. Hit me up in the comments and let me know, what did you think about this recipe? Peace.